Say, man, ESPN's First Take host Stephen A. Smith has been chiming in, kind of regular since, the whole Drake and Kendrick Lamar situation kind of really took a turn with Drake doing the lawsuit dance and all of that. You dig what I'm saying? And he's been having some guests on. Recently, he had Toure. Normally I don't really I really don't agree with Stephen A. Smith when he, get off sports and start speaking on things as far as the culture is concerned. You dig what I'm saying? Because me, quite frankly, I don't think Stephen A. know what the hell he's talking about when it comes to what's going on out here in these streets and what's going on the ground. I think, he does a great job with what he does on ESPN with his sports show, which is why they pay him the big bucks. You dig what I'm saying? But I had to agree on something that he said yesterday on the Stephen A. show on YouTube, because he made some pretty valid points about pretty much how we all more or less feel about the topic of Drake, Kendrick as it pertains to music. And Toure chimed in as well and said some things that pissed some folks off, including DJ Academics. Let's get to the content.
I understand that Drake's a bit sensitive in these times. He's in his feelings. And don't ask me how, but I know that he has seen this show. And I know that he has seen some of the things that I have said about this show, about him on this show. This is Drake. Y'all know this is Drake, right? I know y'all know it's him, right? We ain't seen him in a while. That's what I'm saying. You know that's him, right? That's Drake. To Drake, the artist extraordinaire, I did not say or echo a single negative thing about you. You're a phenomenal artist. You're big time. What I said was, fact, not like us, got you. I even pointed out how the line about accusing you of being a pedophile, ain't nobody paying attention to that. They just think it's lyrics, it's bars being dropped, and he got the better of you. What I'm saying is, you don't go the lawyer route in hip hop over something like this. You take it to the studio. You take it to the streets. That's all I said. I didn't sit up there and say, you can't answer Kendrick Lamar. I said, you better figure out a way to do so. Meaning you have the capability, I think, to pull it off. That's all. It's not a crime for somebody to say, he got you. He got you on that one. Not like us, was big time. You can get lawyers involved and talk about people engaging in bots and payola and all of this other stuff to buffer and uplift his numbers. But damn it, when you go to the streets, everybody know what not like us is. And because they know what not like us is, and who did it? With Russell Westbrook and DeMar DeRozan and LeBron James, your boy, all bopping and weaving to it, getting their groove onto it. Yo, bro, all we saying is go back in that studio. Ain't nothing but respect. You're great. You Drake. This is what you've done. Ain't nothing but respect. You had a concert, bro. I was featured at your concert. Introing you. I wouldn't allow no shit like that to happen if I didn't have respect and love for you. You had a Toronto Raptors game, I'm gonna roll right up to you. I always roll right up to you and see you. Nothing but respect. Nothing but respect. That's not the point. The point is, Kendrick got you with that song. Come back with one of yours. Lawsuit with this, what is it called? This pre-action petition. How big of a deal is it in your eyes?
I find it bizarre and kind of a big deal that one of the biggest artists in the world wants to have a public conversation about whether or not payola was used against him, when certainly payola has been used to benefit him on multiple occasions, right? This is a case of where you accuse somebody of doing something because that's what you do, right? That's what I would do if I was him.
Right.
Every major song has a massive expenditure behind it. Nothing goes pop by accident and it's just an organic success that had no help. There are bots, there is payola, there's all sorts of ways that radio stations and streamers and other ways that we get music to consumers are influenced by music industry money. And we have dealt with payola in large ways throughout our history in the 50s and the 70s. Like, it has been a huge issue. It is something the music industry never wants us to talk about because it's unseemly. We don't want to think that somebody paid $1 million to make that song number one. We want to think that the fans fell in love with the song and it's a true representation of what the people want. This is not the case.
So yeah, man, Stephen A. Smith and Toure both with 100% valid points as pertains Drake and Kendrick Lamar and what they did musically as far as like the rap beef. You dig what I'm saying? Now to anybody that ain't got their head up their ass, understand me, would agree as well. You dig what I'm saying? Because again, we just speaking musically. Both of these guys are in their respective positions as far as where they at musically and the success that they both have had. But if you just call them balls and strikes, like Stephen A. Smith said and like Toure said, both point of views were valid. And to Stephen A.'s point, like I've been saying all along, all Drake had to do was drop a record. And to Toure's point, all of this with the lawsuit and using bots and all the gimmicks and the tricks and payola and this and that and all, they been doing that, bro. They ain't just started doing it because you got into it with Kendrick. You dig what I'm saying? And I'll finish by saying this as far as like Stephen A. Smith. I don't knock the brother. You dig what I'm saying? I think he does a great job at what he does on ESPN with First Take, and I think he's an expert when it comes to sports. Now, I don't agree with half of the shit that I hear him say as pertaining black culture and our culture in general. I think he almost always misses the mark. You dig what I'm saying? Because he, like I said before, he don't know what the hell going on in the culture. He don't really know what's going on in the streets. He don't really know what's going on out here for real like that. Because his field is sports. So I disagree with a lot of Stephen A. commentary when it comes to black people and the culture. Because quite frankly, I just think he done been away from it for so long. He living a different type of lifestyle, and I think he out of touch, and that plays into his commentary because again, he don't be knowing what the hell he be talking about for real. You dig what I'm saying? So I don't agree with a lot of stuff he say as far as the culture go, but when it come to sports, I think he do his thing. I don't think it's nobody in the business doing it better. Again, that's why they paying him the big bucks. Stephen A. Smith is making a whole lot of guacamole over there at ESPN. As you see here, Stephen A. Smith, a prominent ESPN personality, has reportedly closed in on a 6-year contract extension worth $120 million, averaging $20 million per year. This development follows ESPN's initial offer of $18 million annually, which his representatives successfully negotiated upward. So, I mean, Stephen A. get paid the big bucks to do what he do, man. I mean, he the best at it as far as sports go, and been doing it the longest. You know, with the electrifying commentary and him being animated and doing his whole dance when he on ESPN doing his thing, man. Number one show, First Take. I just don't agree with Stephen A. on most things culture. You dig what I'm saying? Because I feel like Stephen A. is one of those individuals that want to be all things for everybody. And I feel like if you want to be all things for all people, you compromise yourself in a lot of ways to do whatever it takes to get that almighty dollar, man. And so when it comes to when he's speaking about things that concern black people and this culture that's out of touch, I ain't with that. I ain't rocking with that. But I did agree with what he said about Drake and Kendrick Lamar as pertained to music, the rap battle, and how that whole thing went down. And whether or not Drake is making this about his issue with the money and the contract situation with Universal Music or not, he started with a Kendrick Lamar beef. And he left that and ran to go do something else. So the appearance of it left him in the position where he in, handedly taking that L. But redemption is an opportunity for anybody that want to achieve it, that chase it and go after it. So would he return after all of that is said and done and come back and finish up what he started over here? Because we waiting, and that's what we want. Unless, like I said, unless he concede, unless he lay it down and say, hey, man, Kendrick got it. If Kendrick got it, say that, and that's what it is, and we'll all move on. Him included. Kendrick included. You dig what I'm saying? But until then, we waiting, man. I'll get at y'all on the next, man. Y'all be smooth. I'm out.